Right off the bat, this case might seem like a routine courtroom moment, but don't let the casual tone fool you. What starts with jokes about hair and light banter quickly shifts into a situation that exposes something deeper: system errors, multiple arrests, and a defendant caught between a misdemeanor deal and a much more serious felony hanging over her head. We're looking at a judge juggling incomplete information, trying to calculate jail credit manually, and a defendant who's about to learn that even when one case is resolved, another can keep you locked in place. So the real question is, was this a fair and efficient process, or did the cracks in the system create more confusion than clarity? Let's break it down.
And his hair looks amazing again today.
Mine or yours?
Yours. It looks much better than mine.
Amazing. Yeah, I have one bad hair day after another, so.
I think it looks really good.
All right, well, thank you. All right, we're going to go back on the record. We're going to start our pre-exam conferences, but we have one leftover matter that we're going to address. And another beautiful day where it's great to be alive. So let's.
That quote directly from Mr. Rogers?
No, it's from a guy from Grapevine Furniture. All right, thank you. I don't know where he got it, but it's a worthy saying. Let's find out how much jail credit you got.
Okay.
Hi, Judge Middleton again. We don't have web jamming, so I can't look at this. Can you tell me how much jail credit Brandy Green has? Can you tell me how much jail credit Brandy Michelle Green has? No, how much jail credit? How long's she been there? March 24th. Did you get arrested on March 24th?
It was a Monday.
Well, you had some previous jail time. January. March 24th was a Tuesday, so you got arrested on the 23rd. So that is, yes. All right, maybe I can figure it out from this end. All right, thank you. Bye. The new system is so good, they can't tell how much jail credit they have. So far, I'm not impressed.
Awesome.
All right, you got arrested on the 13th and you posted a bond. And then you got arrested again on the 20th and you posted a bond. So you have 1 day. No, 1 day plus 8. You have 9 days credit. All right. No.
Now this is where things get legally interesting. The judge lays out a plea agreement for third-degree retail fraud, a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail. But here's the key. The prosecutor is recommending time served, which means the defendant won't serve additional jail time for this charge. That sounds like a win on the surface, right? But pay attention. This is happening alongside a separate felony methamphetamine case that's already been bound over to a higher court. So while this plea deal resolves one issue quickly, it doesn't erase the bigger legal storm coming. And this raises an important question for viewers. Would you accept a quick plea deal for immediate relief, even if you knew a more serious case was still looming over you?
The agreement is if you plead guilty to this charge of retail fraud in the third degree, the prosecutor will recommend time served. You have another case this morning that is a methamphetamine charge that you've waived preliminary examination on this morning, and the matter's bound over to circuit court. This is a misdemeanor. It's alleged that, let me find it. I don't think they put it in my queue. It's alleged that you're at the Walmart store last August and you took something worth less than $200.
That's correct. That's
a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It's alleged that you stole a charging box and some body oil, $35.69. All right. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Prosecutor is recommending I simply give you credit for time served, which I believe is 9 days. This gentleman is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the chief public defender. I had released him before I realized we still had your case to address. You've waived prelim in the other case, and it's bound over. This will resolve the misdemeanor. Are you willing to plead to that lesser charge of retail fraud,
Yes, I am.
third degree, with a recommendation of jail credit for time served?
Yes, sir.
Other than that, did anybody promise you anything to get
No.
you to plead to this?
No, sir, they did not.
Anybody threaten you?
Nope.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial.
I agree. I understand that.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Stickley is here this morning to assist, but if you want, I could appoint a lawyer for you. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath. And you'd have the right to testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
I do, yes, sir.
All right, you've discussed this with the assistant prosecutor.
I have.
Were you in the Meyer store last August?
It was a Walmart.
Walmart, yes.
Yes, sir.
And did you take some body oil
I
and a
did. Yeah.
charging box? What's a charging box?
It's for like your cell phone.
Okay. Then we arranged you that didn't show up. You went off the map for a while, and then you got picked up again. Where are you from originally?
Vicksburg.
Because I didn't know you until I just met you. I hadn't seen you in the past, I don't think.
Nope, I've never been in trouble in this county.
All right. Well, all right. Not much more to say here. 9 days, credit 9 days. 0 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee, $125 or 2 days, concurrent with felony case 252669. And you're barred from Walmart for 1 year.
Okay.
I don't know if they're looking at drug court or some other opposition up there. You've been in jail now for 8 days, and that's 8 good, clean, sober days, and that's a good start. All right, you can go with a court officer. Good luck to you, Miss Green.
So am I free to go?
No, you got a hold on you from the felony case.
So what does that mean?
Well, the felony bond is $5,000 cash or surety. But the bond in this case is, there is none because I give you credit for time served. So,
I have money on my debit card back at the,
Well, I'll tell you how to figure all that.
okay.
yes. I'm not real impressed with this new system. One, we can't get in it. And B, the deputies don't know what their jail credit is. Or you can give that to Shana. Thank you. All right. Well, Josh, while we're waiting for Mr. Gibson to make a guest appearance, let's see what you know about anything. But thank you, Mr. Stickler.
What we just witnessed is a perfect example of how layered and complex even a simple courtroom case can be. On paper, this was a straightforward retail fraud case, low-value items, a misdemeanor charge, and a plea deal resulting in time served. But in reality, it exposed much more: a flawed system struggling to track jail credit, a judge forced to manually piece together timelines, and a defendant navigating multiple charges at once. While Miss Green avoided additional jail time for this offense, she remains in custody due to a separate felony with a $5,000 bond, proving that resolving one case doesn't always mean freedom. It's a reminder of how interconnected legal cases can be and how quickly circumstances can shift. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think this outcome was fair, or did the system make things more complicated than they needed to be? And if you found this case as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.